When the final whistle blew, Marc Casado dropped to the ground, clearly in pain. Barcelona had just lost their Champions League opener against Monaco 2-1, but the 21-year-old midfielder had given everything. Barca made a bad start to life in the revamped league phase. The early season optimism after 5 victories from their first 5 games in La Liga was somewhat diminished after a drab defeat that was defined by the sending off of Eric Garcia in the 10th minute. It was a first defeat in official competition for new manager Hansi Flick against the same opponents that beat them 3-0 in Barca's traditional season-opening Joan Gamper Trophy friendly back in early August. Casado's display was one of the few positives. The versatile Casado is making the most of the opportunity afforded by multiple absentees in Barca's midfield. Marc Bernal, Frenkie de Jong, Gavi, and Dani Olmo are injured. With Olmo set back the most recent, the question before Thursday night's match was how Flick would further adjust. His solution was to put Casado and Garcia at the base and leave Pedri free further forward. But a bad pass from Marc-Andre ter Stegen changed everything. Takumi Minamino intercepted his pass to Garcia on the edge of his box. In his split-second response, Garcia, who was not playing in his natural position of center back, brought down the Japan international and was shown a red card. Playing 80 minutes with 10 men was tough for Barca, especially their midfielders. Pedri had to move back into a deeper position, and although he played with intensity, he did not have his best game. But in some phases of the second half, it was hard to notice the deficit. One of the keys was Casado. In the face of adversity, he stepped up, and despite his relative inexperience at this level, this was his first Champions League start and only his 4th appearance in the competition. He looked like a veteran. He showed character to step towards a difficult situation and gave his all until the end, looking like a captain only without the armband. He took the initiative at the base of midfield, always offering himself as a passing option to calmly help build possession. He was the Barca outfielder who made the most touches with 65. His solid passing and confidence set the tempo for his teammates, along with Lamine Yamal, whom he set up for Barca's goal to make it 1-1. It was another brilliant strike from the 17-year-old that spurred his side on, his first in the Champions League. It was Casado's second assist in 2 matches, following his brilliant pass for Pedri in Sunday's 4-1 victory at Girona, but Casado has already convinced Flick of his qualities. Club sources, who preferred to speak anonymously to protect their position, say Flick was immediately won over after arriving this summer, and that he sees in Casado's profile a player similar to Joshua Kimmich, whom the German managed at Bayern Munich. Last season, Casado played for Barca's reserve team, Barcelona Athletic, who are in Spain's 3rd tier, as a defensive midfielder and a right back. During pre-season, he featured as part of a double pivot with Bernal. But when the new season arrived, Flick went for only one pivot, and the promising 17-year-old Bernal, who has since suffered an anterior cruciate ligament injury, was chosen to start.